Podcast Talk. Learn English naturally.
Learn how to talk about yourself in English.
Hi, everyone. Welcome back to a new, very special episode of the English Podcast Hub. I'm John.
And I'm Daniela. Hello, everyone. John, you said special episode. Why?
Because today we are breaking down a topic that absolutely everyone who speaks English faces. It doesn't matter if you are a beginner or a pro. The topic is how to talk about yourself.
Oh, it sounds so simple. Hi, I'm Daniela. But actually, when you have to talk about yourself, panic sets in. The words fly right out of your head. You start getting confused with tenses.
Exactly. This is called the elevator pitch, or simply the self-intro. We'll talk not just about what to say, but how to say it, what grammar to use, and even how to write about yourself on LinkedIn.
Sounds like a plan. Get your notebooks ready. There's going to be a lot of useful stuff.
Before we move on to our next chapter, I have a quick favor to ask.
Yes, friends, if you are finding this episode useful, please take a second right now to hit that subscribe button.
It really helps us grow the podcast and create more free lessons for you. And if you're watching on YouTube, don't forget to click the bell icon.
That way, you'll get a notification the moment we release a new episode. You won't miss a thing.
Done? Awesome. Now, let's get back to it. Let's start with the foundation, the name. It seems like the simplest thing, right? But in English, context is everything.
Yes, we have different levels of formality. Let's analyze the situations.
Situation 1, formal meeting, a conference, a board meeting. Here, we use full names. Example, good morning, my name is Alexander Chen.
What if the person has a title, like doctor?
Definitely use it. It shows status. Hello, I'm Dr. Sarah Williams. Notice, Daniela, we don't use short forms like Alex or Sally in the opening phrase here.
Got it. Now let's move to a party. I'm meeting friends of friends. If I say, my name is Daniela Ivanova, they'll think I'm a robot.
Exactly. In an informal setting, we relax. Example, hey, I'm Alex, or hi there, I'm Sarah. Notice we often say, hi there. It's very friendly.
Is there a middle ground, like the first day at a new job? You want to be professional, but you don't want to seem stuck up.
Great question. For this, there is the bridge technique. You state your full name, and then you give permission to use the short one. Example, hello, I'm Alexander, but everyone calls me Alex.
Or, I'm Sarah Williams. Nice to meet you. John, what about people with complex names? We have many listeners whose names are hard to pronounce for English speakers.
Oh, that's important. Don't be shy about teaching people. You can say, I'm Yevgeny, but you can call me Eugene if it's easier. This shows your flexibility and care for the listener. Next point is, where are you from? Many people get confused with prepositions here. Let's clear up the grammar. The simplest option is, I am from plus country or city. I'm from Japan.
And if I want to state my nationality?
Then no preposition from. I am Japanese. But there's a nuance. The phrase, I am from Japan, emphasizes the place, geography, and I am Japanese emphasizes your cultural identity.
What about those with a complex history? For example, born in one country but living in another. This is very relevant right now.
That is a great excuse to start a conversation. Use the but structure. Let's try a role play. Daniela, you have a complex background. Tell us.
Okay. I was born in Mexico, but I grew up in Canada.
Excellent. The verb grew up is key here. Or another option for expats. I'm originally from Brazil, but I've been living in Australia for 10 years.
Oh, here we use present perfect continuous. I've been living. Why?
Because you started living there in the past and continue to live there now. It shows duration. If you say, I live in Australia, it's just a fact. But I've been living for 10 years emphasizes your experience and time spent.
And that immediately prompts questions. Wow, 10 years? Do you like it there?
Exactly. A good introduction is a hook for a dialogue. If you're from a small town, don't just say the name. Say, I'm from a small town in northern Italy called Bergamo. Details make you interesting. Moving on to the most popular question in the US and UK. What do you do?
I know many people just answer, I'm a manager, and the conversation dies.
Right, that's boring. Let's add details. We can use 3 different prepositions: work for, work in, and work as.
Let's break them down.
Work as plus position. I work as a software engineer. Work for plus company. I work for Google. Work in plus industry. I work in finance.
Can we combine them?
Of course, I work as a marketing manager for a tech company in London. This sounds full and professional.
What if I'm a student?
Don't just say, I'm a student. That tells us nothing about you. Say, I'm studying medicine at Boston University. Or add your year. I'm in my 3rd year of law school.
John, here's a tricky moment. A person is currently out of work. How do you say this without sounding pitiful? The phrase, I'm unemployed, sounds terrible.
I agree. Forget the word unemployed. Use active phrases. I'm currently looking for opportunities in the marketing field. Or, I'm between jobs at the moment.
And if I took a break?
I'm taking some time off to travel. This sounds like a conscious choice, not a problem. Now let's go deeper. If this is an interview or networking, they will ask you about your background.
There's often confusion with tenses here. When talking about education, which tense should we use?
If you graduated from university and state the year, it is always past simple. I graduated in 2020. I studied computer science at MIT. The action is finished. We know when.
And if I want to talk about my experience in general, without a date?
Then present perfect is better. I have worked in sales for 5 years and possibly continue, or this experience is important now.
What about people who didn't go to university?
That is absolutely fine. You can say, I didn't go to university, but I've taken several professional courses. Or, I'm mostly self-taught. In the IT field, this commands respect.
What about a career change? That's part of the story too.
Oh, that is a great plot twist. Use the structure, I studied one thing, but I discovered my passion was another thing. Example, I studied engineering, but I discovered my real passion was teaching. You know, Daniela, often people in interviews forget that companies hire a human, not a function. Hobbies are important.
But the phrase, I like reading, is so cliché.
Agreed. Let's teach our listeners the hobby plus why technique. Don't just say you love cooking. Say, I enjoy cooking because I like experimenting with different cuisines.
So we add a reason or emotion. Instead of, I like travel, we say, I love traveling because I try to visit at least one new country every year.
Yes, and there's also the professional bridge technique. This is when you link a hobby to your work.
Oh, that's interesting. Give me an example.
Let's say you work as a designer. You can say, I'm passionate about photography regarding landscapes, which really helps me with my design work. You show that you are developing even in your free time.
Or for teamwork, I play basketball on weekends. It keeps me active, and I love the team spirit. This hints that you're a team player in the office, too.
We've reached the middle of the podcast, and it's time for advanced techniques. If you want to really impress someone, you need a narrative.
What do you mean by narrative?
It's a story. Any good story has a structure: beginning, problem, action, result. Many people just list facts. I was born, I studied, I worked. That's boring.
So let's turn boring into interesting. Boring version. I'm a yoga teacher. Before that, I was a lawyer.
Dry. Now listen to the narrative. I spent my 20s working as a lawyer, doing 80-hour weeks. I was stressed and miserable. That's the problem. Then a friend took me to a yoga class, and it changed my perspective on health. That's the turning point. So I decided to leave law and become an instructor to help others find balance. That's the result.
Wow, that's not a resume anymore. That's a life story.
Exactly. You show your values. You show that you are a brave person capable of change.
Can we use stories about failure?
Yes, in Western culture, yes. A story about how you overcame a difficulty works great. For example, early in my career, I struggled with public speaking. It was terrifying. But I joined a club, practiced every week, and now I give presentations to huge audiences.
This shows a growth mindset. Employers love that.
And now imagine a situation. You don't have time for a long story. You're in the elevator with the CEO. You have 45 seconds.
This is called the elevator pitch. What's the formula?
Who am I? What do I do? My uniqueness. What do I want? My goal.
Let's role play this. I'm looking for a marketing job.
Go.
Hi, I'm Rachel. I'm a marketing specialist with 5 years of experience in social media. I've helped startups increase their audience by 200%. Currently, I'm looking for a senior role where I can lead a team in the healthcare industry.
Perfect. Clear, with numbers, 200%, and it's clear what you want.
What if I'm an entrepreneur?
I'm Marcus, founder of Greenbox. We create sustainable packaging for e-commerce. We help companies reduce waste and save money. We're looking to expand into Europe next year.
The main rule here is brevity, right?
Yes, memorize this. It should roll off the tongue.
John, we've talked a lot about speaking, but nowadays we often introduce ourselves in writing. LinkedIn, cold emails. Does it work the same way?
The principles are the same, but the tone is different. In an email, you don't have a voice or a smile, so you need to be very polite and structured.
Let's break down a cold email to a potential mentor or employer.
Okay, the structure is subject line, must be clear. Introduction, dash, your name, dash, marketing professional. Salutation, Dear Ms. Johnson, always better to be formal. The hook, say something nice about them. I've been following your work on Project X and I'm impressed by... And then about yourself. Yes, briefly. I am a marketing manager pivoting to strategy. And most importantly, call to action, CTA. Don't write, I want a job. Write, I would value your advice. Would you be open to a 15-minute coffee chat?
What about LinkedIn? There's an About section.
LinkedIn is a mix of a resume and a personal blog. You can write in the first person, I am. Good advice, use keywords, but write in human language. Instead of results-oriented professional, cliché, write, I love solving complex problems with code.
Let's get back to real life. Interviews are one thing, but meeting a boyfriend or girlfriend's parents? The elevator pitch won't work here.
Heaven forbid. Hello, Mrs. Smith. I increased efficiency by 30%. They'll kick you out. Here, warmth is important.
How is it best to start?
Reference your partner. It's so nice to finally meet you. Sarah has told me so much about you. This immediately breaks the ice. You show that you listen to Sarah, that she's important to you.
And then talk about yourself?
Yes, but briefly, and about human things. I work as a teacher. I love hiking and cooking. And immediately shift the focus to them. Sarah says you're amazing cooks. Something smells delicious.
So the secret is to switch the focus from yourself to the other person.
Absolutely. The best conversationalist is the one who listens, asks questions. And last, but very important, the cultural code.
Yes, this is a tricky topic. In some cultures, talking about your success is bragging.
True. But in the English-speaking world, especially the U.S., it's the norm. If you did something cool, say it.
So the phrase, I'm an expert in my field, doesn't sound arrogant?
If it's true, no, it's confidence. In the U.S., they value confidence. However, in Britain, things are a bit more subtle. They value self-deprecation.
Oh, an example?
An American will say, I ran a marathon and it was a great success. A Brit will say, I survived a marathon somehow without breaking my legs.
Got it. Knowing your audience is key to success. John, we have to talk about something that gives me nightmares. You know when you're in a workshop or a new class and the leader says, let's go around the room, introduce yourself, and tell us one fun fact.
Ah, the classic icebreaker. I see people panic when this happens. They suddenly forget everything interesting they've ever done.
Exactly. My mind goes blank. I usually say something boring like, I like pizza. How do we handle this like a pro?
The trick is, don't try to be cool. You don't need to say, I climbed Everest or I won the lottery.
So keep it simple?
Keep it relatable or slightly weird. Here's a formula. I have a strange talent for, or I have never. Give me an example of the I have never one. Hi, I'm John. Fun fact, I have never seen a single Star Wars movie.
That is shocking, but it starts a conversation immediately. Everyone will want to ask you why.
Exactly. Or try a mild obsession. I'm Daniela, and I'm obsessed with finding the perfect croissant. I have a spreadsheet ranking every bakery in the city.
That shows personality. It's funny, harmless, and memorable.
And if you really can't think of anything, use a micro-achievement. I once met Brad Pitt in an elevator and forgot how to speak. Self-deprecation works wonders. And just a quick reminder before we sign off.
If you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, please do it now. Join our English Podcast Hub family.
We have some amazing episodes coming up about pronunciation and business English, and we don't want you to miss them.
Also, let us know in the comments, what is your fun fact? Practice your introduction right there below this video. We read every single comment.
Thanks for the support, everyone. Now, let's move to the 21st century reality, virtual meetings.
Oh, introducing yourself on Zoom is so awkward. You don't know where to look, people are on mute.
It is different. In person, you rely on energy. Online, you rely on clarity and brevity. Rule number 1, look at the camera, not the screen.
That's so hard. I always look at the person's face on my monitor.
If you look at the camera, it looks like you're making eye contact. It builds trust. Rule number 2 is the handoff. In a real room, you can just look at the next person. On Zoom, you have to say who goes next.
So, like passing a ball?
Yes. Example, hi, I'm John, joining from London. I'm the project lead. I'm really excited to kick this off. Over to you, Daniela.
Over to you. I like that. It stops that awkward silence where nobody knows who should speak.
And one more tip for online intros. Add your location. Since we work remotely, saying, I'm based in New York helps people understand your time zone.
Good point. So, hi, I'm Daniela. I'm the designer based in Toronto. Over to you, Sarah.
Perfect. Professional and controlled.
John, we have scripts for what to say, but how should we look when we say it?
This is the 93% rule. Some studies say communication is only 7% words. The rest is tone and body language.
So if I have the perfect script, but I'm looking at the floor and whispering?
You failed. Let's talk about eye contact. In English-speaking cultures, US, UK, Australia, eye contact shows honesty. If you look away too much, you look nervous or untrustworthy.
But don't stare, that's creepy.
True. The rule is, look at their eyes for 3 to 4 seconds, then glance away, then back.
What about hands? I never know what to do with my hands. Should I cross my arms?
Never cross your arms. It looks defensive, like you're protecting yourself. Keep an open posture, hands by your sides, or if you're sitting, hands on the table.
And the handshake?
Firm, but don't crush their hand, web to web. But actually, Daniela, the most important physical tool is your voice. Many learners go up at the end of a sentence.
Like a question? Hi, I'm Daniela from Ukraine?
Yes, it sounds like you're asking for permission to exist. You need to use downward intonation. Hi, I'm Daniela from Ukraine.
That sounds much more confident. It's a statement, not a question.
Exactly. Claim your space with your voice. Whew, we discussed a massive amount of information today.
My head is spinning, but this is very useful. John, what do we advise our listeners to do right now?
Pick one thing. Don't try to do everything at once. I suggest writing your personal narrative. Sit down and write 5 or 6 sentences. Who you were, what happened, who you became, and why.
And read it out loud. Record it on your phone. When you hear your own voice, you immediately understand where you sound unsure.
Excellent advice. Remember, talking about yourself is a skill. You can train it like a muscle.
Thank you for being with us. This was the English Podcast Hub.
Good luck connecting with people, friends. See you in the next episode.